Hello, my friends. Hallo, mein Hase. Hi, guys. It's Wednesday evening, and my name is Angela. I am the owner and creative energy from Elfen and Helden. I'm a WoodUbend retailer and Dixie Bell retailer, IoD retailer, Posh Talk products retailer over here in Frankfurt in Germany. And I'm ever so proud to be on the WoodUbend page tonight also. I've just got a little confused because I'm just getting a message here that there's like an update installed, but not now. Okay, guys, when you tune in, just let me know where you're watching from and say hello to me. That'll be absolutely great. Hallo Sabine. Ach herrje, du Arme. Sabine is is the WoodUbend distributor for Germany and well, basically all the German-speaking countries and she's located in Denmark. And she had just like a nightmare today, a delivery from America, and it was basically switched, so the wrong stuff came. So she is a bit exhausted today, I think. Guys, tonight hello WoodUbend, that's great. So tonight we're having not really like a furniture project. We're going, hi Laura. Oh, that's great to see you. Thank you, guys. I've got a backup today. That's fantastic. So tonight we're having a bit more of a craft project, and I'm going to plan, basically something like this. It's like a light object, and it's on canvas, and we're going to use some WoodUbend on that and stuff like that. Hi, Solly. It's good to see you. So this is what we are starting today. This is going to be done over 2 lives because there's quite a few steps for that. And as I said, this is basically made out of a canvas. So I put that on the floor straight away because I'm probably just going to drop it. So what you need for those is you need 2 canvases, because otherwise there's like the lights is like one of those Christmas lights with I'll show you, with a battery pack. You need something like this, and those ones are ones with they've got a timer, so they are 6 hours on, then they switch themselves off, and I think 18 hours later they switch back on, so they're on like basically the whole time. So you need that, and we will put on the outside as a framing. You've seen that on this one. We're going to use a trim from WoodUbend, which is the trim number 118, which is this one. Already cut it down to size, so it goes a little quicker later on. And I'm just going to show you basically the whole steps. And the stenciling is done with the Posh Chalk paste. So this is like a ray stenciling basically. And the color scheme you can choose. Hi Carrie, thank you for joining me. Hi Laura, good to see you. Please choose if I shall recreate the same color scheme, which is basically with the rose gold, with the green bronze, and the red is the Anastasia. Is it Anastasia? Sorry, help me out there. Red alizarin. That was the one. Sorry, I got like confused with Dixie Bell. This is what this one is made of, and the color scheme behind that is like in greens and reds and stuff like that. But I thought I'm going to do a different one. This one is going to be a darker color underneath, and I want to do some bright colors, something like this mixed in there with some black. So basically, just let me know what you want to see. If you want to have the bright colors, or if you want to have the color scheme like this one in that reddish greenish stuff. So we still got a bit of time till we get there, because we're first going to basically do our base. So okay, I shall drop the camera down so you can see what I'm doing down here. And okay, so I probably won't see all the comments anymore, but I want you to see what I am doing. Okay, that works like this. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to destroy one of the canvases. Because we need a little bit of a spacer, that's why we do that. I'm using basically a not very expensive canvas. I'm just trying to get the edge. So got it here. So then you just cut it out. This all the way around. So don't throw this, you can always reuse it for something else. So theoretically you could cut those in strips and make the strips wide enough to cover the sides, but as I said, I'm going to use the WoodUbend. And now you're basically going to see what I've got in my head. So this is now going to be wide enough so that all the lights in the back will have room to, it's like they're not poking out. So then you can hang it on the wall later on. So hi Misty, hi Irene. Bright colors. Okay, just keep it posting if you want to have bright colors or if you want to have the more subtle colors. Bright or subtle, let me know. We still have a little bit of time. So a crafters, we need a heat gun for this one. Later on we're going to have some wood glue, and I'm just going to glue those together now. So you can screw those obviously, but I'm not screwing or anything. You can use a nail gun or whatever. Hot glue works perfectly fine for me. You just got to be careful that it doesn't cool down too quick. So I'm going to work in sections. And then we're just gluing that together. Press it nicely on. Then it's got good contact. That's it. So you see, and now you see like this little gut there. And I said either you can cut the piece you cut out from the canvas in strips and glue the strips on the sides here. But obviously it's much nicer if you use something lovely like the WoodUbends. So that's what we're going to do. So now do this side here. Make sure that the glue comes out. I have some glue outside here, or if it's squeezed out, I'm not worried because this is going to be covered anyway. Okay, so when you work with hot glue, always with hot things, be careful, you may burn yourself. And I know what I'm talking about. Hi Holly. Hi Peggy, thank you for joining me. I'm seeing bright. Hi Krista, thanks for joining me. Yes, guys, on Friday I will be, you just see Krista Barrera on here. She's from Litter to Glitter in the US. And on Friday, I am invited to her page and we'll have a fun project together also. Probably going to use some WoodUbend there also. So that's it. Got this done. So now, as I said, we're going to use the trim 118 and already cut it down to size. We're going to use some, for those who don't know the WoodUbends, when they are cold, they are rock solid. You know, you can't really, if I would try to open it up now, I would break it, you know. You can, when they are cold, you can sand them, you can saw them, you can drill them, and they come not only in this type, they have like loads of ornaments and stuff like that, loads of beautiful things. So, and when they are warm, this is not really warm now, but when they are warm, you can move them, you know, you can bend them around, flower pots or bottles or whatever, or if you have like furniture, you can put it around corners and stuff like that. Hi Josephine. Yes, so, and when they are warm, you can cut them with one of those knives. You can cut them with some scissors. So they are very, very versatile, very easy to use. So I'm going to heat it up a little more to get it a bit more softer. So I'm using a heat gun. You can use a hair dryer, you can use a heat gun, you can use one of those embossing guns. You know, the main thing is that you get them warm. I have them laying on a griddle at the moment. I think I shall heat it up a little more. Always gotta be careful because I'm very good at charring my things. So, okay, excuse the noise. It's a little noisy. You can see how soft the whole thing gets. And it works pretty quick. So for gluing that on, you are using a wood glue. I'm using the Tide Bond. It's a regular wood glue. And you always use wood glue. No matter what surface you're using it on, you always use wood glue. So I'm going to be generous with my wood glue, and I'm going to squeeze it right on here because we're going to need quite a bit. Opening it up helps. Okay, here we go. So putting it on here. Oops, it's already running. For people who know me, they know I'm pretty messy. So, and this is an angle that's going to be messy anyway, but the main thing is for me that it's going to stick on there. So I'm just spreading the glue out here. And all the excess which is squeezed out, I'm going to clean it up with some baby wipes. Wood glue is usually water-based, so you can easily clean as long as it's not dried in up with some soap and water. And so also on here, with a big trim like this, I always like to be a little more generous with the glue because I want to make sure that it sticks nicely on my project. And this is going to be bended around the edges. So spread it out. It's already cooled down again. I'm going to heat it up in a second to get it nice and bendy. that. So go from here. Guys, if you have any questions, maybe somebody can keep up if you're going to use the bright colors or if you're going to use the dull colors. So when you work with a heat gun, be careful also because they can get very hot. Also with this, I know what I'm talking about. I'm not charring my projects. I've been burning my fingers also, so. Come in with the gun in a second a little more. So now this is going to be put on here. Okay, make sure it's on the bottom. You can get a baby wipe and clean it off, clean the glue off, which comes out straight away, just so it's not that messy. Same on here. So I'm firstly going to put it on the edge here before I put it around. So when you apply it, so I've got it roughly on here. The glue with my fingers. Now I'm going to heat it up again. Get it nice and soft. And then I'm going to squish it nicely onto the background. And whatever project you are using the WoodUbends on, as I said, you're always using a regular wood glue. I'm not burning myself. And don't even think that if you use it on glass or something like that, or on a mirror, don't even think that the surface is completely flat. It usually has some sort of curve or something like that, and with this you're absolutely making sure that it's adhering properly to the surface. So now we've got the gotta move this a bit around here. So go this way. Yeah, I always have to jingle around. I'm normally right-handed, but a lot of things I do left-handed, so I have to see which way you're seeing the best. Oh, hi Brigitta, thank you for joining me. Hi Janice. So again, for those who are joining later, the question was thrown in if we shall do that that wood light or that sign in those in this color scheme, or if we shall go for a bright color scheme with like peony with pinkish and reddish and some turquoise, and we're going to use some silver stenciling on that. So please let me know what you want, bright or bright colors. Okay, I think the bright colors are winning. So now, same thing. I'm going to apply some wood glue on here. I'm going to spread it out. This is just like a cheap chip brush. I like that cheap chip brush. For a German, that sounds pretty funny. So spread it out. As I said, with big trims like this, I like to work generously with the glue because I want to make sure that it adheres properly. So, and if you, especially when you heat that up and you're worried that the wood glue is dried, don't worry. With the heat, it's going to be reactivated and it's going to stick. It's like this way you could also basically take it off again. So yes, that's right. They have all the properties of wood. You can drill them, you can sand them, you can saw them. So now I'm heating it up again because I want to bend it around this edge. So it's not. I don't want to break it, so I want to make sure it's nice and soft. And as I said, you can use a hairdryer also. That works good. So, you see how nice and soft that is, and I can just like fold it around this edge now. And it's going, when it's cooling down, it's going to stay in that shape basically you pushed it in. So, can you see that? How that's going around this edge now? So I'm just holding it down a little bit till it's cooled down. That's going to stick on there because the glue always needs a little time to cool down. So there's a little edge there. So that's fine. Go to the other side. Same thing basically. Going to apply some wood glue on the project itself. Maybe not that much like on the first time. That's pretty right. So spread it out. I usually say less is more. I was very generous on the other side. But I wanted to make sure. So I quite like this bottle. It's easy to get out, and especially when I have like bigger areas like this, I rather put it onto the project itself. So what's on here? Get my trim now. Still the big one. So this has been on the griddle, so it is a little more easier to move. On here also. Spread it out. You probably can count the minutes when I'm starting to burn myself on my heat gun. Because guys, it's always do as I say and not as I do. So, spread it nicely out. A little more. It's gotta go up a little more here. So, then I'm going to put it on here. It's already cooled down, so get it on here. And I'm going to heat it up in a second to get it nicely onto that onto the side here. So make sure I'm not sticking the glue everywhere. Now we're heating it up to get it nice and soft. dripping down. It's difficult to work when I want you to see, because you can see, but I can't really see what I'm doing here. So, hi Cassie, thank you for joining. Hi Michelle. Glad you made it. So, and when you work with a big trim like this and you want to bend it around a curve or something like that, or like an edge like I'm doing here, just do like one side first and then go to the other side. If you wanna do it in one go, that's I find it easier this way. So when I do the things, guys, I just want to give you some ideas. I'm not saying that how I do it is like the best way to do it. I'm just like showing you the way I do it, and it makes my life easier, and I hope it makes your life easier also. So firstly, I'm trying to keep it a little warm before I apply the glue and stuff like that. So I don't have to heat it up that much in a sec. So, and again here, put some glue on here. Oops. And on the floor. Yes, and on the floor. Also the heat gun on the floor. I need a bigger table. I just need a bigger table. But also, people who know me, it's always chaos painting when I'm working. So, otherwise it would be half the fun, somebody said. So, I'm just glad I'm working with professional tools, because they are pretty tough. Okay, it's on here. So now I'm going to get it around the corner. It's already cooled down a bit, so I'm going to heat it up again. Sure, I'm not. So when you work with the heat gun, make sure you're not touching this front here when you used it before, because there is, even when it was laying down for a couple of minutes, it is still very, very hot. So, turn the heat gun on the. So also I'm warming it from the outside, not from the side where the glue is on. You see how nice and bendy this gets. There you go. Straight away. So that was easy, wasn't it? Oh yes, just don't step into it. Michelle, she's been watching me a couple of times. She knows what can happen when I'm painting and crafting. She's seen it all, so to say. So get the excess glue off here. I'm just going to grab a baby wipe. Just wipe that off here. As I said, the wood glue, I guess most of the wood glues are water-based, so you can get it off easy. So now you can see I want to put on now the other sides, but I want to make sure that it's like a nice edge here. So I'm going to sand that down a little bit. And you just get like a regular sandpaper. This is 120 grit, and I'm just sanding the edges smooth. So I can get nicely over the other. You can see there's like sawdust, so to say. Other side also. If there's a part I was a bit too rough on there, just breaking that off a little bit. That's a problem. No, it's stuck on there. So a little more on this side also. When you want to sand the edges smooth, you've got to wait till it's cold. Otherwise, you can't sand it. So, nice and smooth edges. Just going to wipe it off here. Okay, now we're going to go to the other edges. It's basically the same procedure all over the place. I'm going to put the glue on, and I'm going to show you now how I am doing the edges. So what's the time? Half an hour already. Maybe we get some quick painting. I hope so. Hurrying up. At least the first coat. And next time we're going to do the stenciling, and I'm showing you how I attach the lights. So, same thing here. Glue on there. And you can do a frame like this. I mean, this is basically what I'm doing now. I'm framing this whole thing. You could do that with a normal canvas also, you know. It's not only for this light object we are just producing now. This works for any project you want to do a frame. You could even make like a normal wood board into a nice frame. So now it's already cooled down again. I should heat that up a little. In the glue. So, just making sure it's got good contact and it's in the position I want to have it on this piece. Cover the outside edge also. Oh, that was close. That was close burning myself. So now we're gonna go around this edge again, down here. Glue in there. Spread it out. I'm always jealous at Solly because she has like a little helpers and stuff like that. I sometimes would need like 4 to 6 hands more here. Sometimes not that easy to manage it all just with like 2 hands basically. But we'll manage. And I appreciate you being patient with me, with my chaos producing. So heat it up again. To bend it around this edge. Go. You see how nicely we can get around here. So now we're just going to start with this side here. Put it down. Now heat that up again nicely so that basically both edges are pretty soft. And then I'm gonna come in, ouch, that's it, with my cutter knife, and I'm just going across, cutting across this edge here. So I'm going to take this off, and I'm going to cut through the bottom one also. Be careful that you're not going onto the canvas. Just get that off underneath. I don't want to cut the canvas, that's why I'm a little careful there. So now I have a nice edge here, like this. Can you see that? So, hello Daniela. Hi Sarah. So now we're going to come in the same thing on this side. Keep it up. And now I'm going to cut it from the edge. This bottom also. Lift it up a bit. Careful that you're not cutting yourself. No accidents. I would usually really cut through it, but as this canvas is obviously a little softer, I don't wanna ruin that. So this is going to be painted over now anyway. Later on, get rid of the excess glue. Set down, and I'm also always keeping, even if it's like only like bits and pieces, I always keep those. You never know for what you need them. So last edge. So and the nice thing is when it's cool, when it's cooled down, you can basically paint it straight away. You could also paint it when it's when they're warm. You're not ruining it because you can only bend them, but you can't like squash the structure itself. So last thing, pretty nice and soft. Okay. Spread it out. So I hope that's not too boring for you, but I always find it quite amazing how about how versatile all those products are and what you can all do with it, and how you can easily change the look of a project. So put it on here. That one was laying the longest time on that cradle, so that's pretty nice and soft. So stick some glue on here. And those canvases, they are 40 to 60 centimeters. So if somebody wants to recreate that, that's a quite nice size to work with. Here. So now I'm going to heat it up again to make it nice and bendy and get it around that corner. Floor. So then we can basically start. I'm just going to do that very quickly, that you can see how you can paint those WoodUbends as they are. Yeah, you can paint them beforehand, and you can paint them, you know, when they are applied. Always depends what kind of look you're going for. Just cutting these edges quickly. That's hot. Just going in an angle to simulate like this. You have like a wood frame, it would go like this. Just lift it up a bit. Get that off. Bit. As I said, I don't want to be too pushed down too hard, so I'm not cutting my canvas. And this was already applied, but with reactivating it with the heat, the glue gets nice and soft, and you can basically take it off. So this corner here. And then we are creating our background. And next week we're going to come to the stenciling. This is probably going to be the more interesting part. This is more the crafting part today. But as I wanted you to see basically what you can all do with those lovely trims and stuff like that. Because they're not only to put it around whatever, the top of a cupboard or something like that. Thank you, Brigida. Hi, Irina. Well, thank you for joining. So, last time, make sure that it's all nicely adhered. That's it. So, getting all those bits out of the way. And my glue. Just clean it off quickly. Not sticking everywhere. So, did we choose bright colors? I think we chose bright colors, didn't we? So now I'm going to lay down, we're going to create our background now. Very quickly, 10 minutes at the most. Okay, colors I've chosen is Peony from Dixie Belle Chalk Mineral Paints, is Honky Tonk Red, which is a bright red, a nice pink, a bright red. I've chosen Peacock, which is a lovely turquoise, and I'm going to darken it up with Midnight Sky. They're all chalk mineral paints by Dixie Belle, and I'm just pouring a little out on the place because this is going to be a messy thing. I love it. Chalk mineral paints, mix them up beforehand nicely so that all the ingredients mix up. I shall just pour a little out here. That's probably going to be enough. So my sweetheart is probably saying, oh, not again on those trousers. But that's what they're there for. And I'm going to use the Peacock. Also a little out there. A lot of times I'm working direct from the jar, but probably a little more. This time I prefer to have it separate because those colors are going to mix now even with the brushes, so I don't want to contaminate the rest of the paints. Honky Tonk Red. Same thing, pour a little out. And the last color is the Midnight Sky, which is almost black. It's a very, very dark, very, very dark gray. So put that down here. And for this look I am using the premium chip brush from Dixie Belle. Pretty much used, as you can see, I'm having for each color a brush. Just put the plates down here. I'm having for each color a brush. And I'm just going to apply colors now randomly. Just start with the Peony, maybe a little bit over here also. And I'm gonna go to the Peacock. And I'm not, the colors mix, they do mix, that's no problem. Go to the Barn Red. On here. And I'm going to continue that on the outside here also. But I'm first going to do the inside. Take my last brush and I'm going to use the Midnight Sky. So now you can see where it's going. This is just creating the background now for our stenciling next week. And it's going to be a little darkish because I want to have I'm going to use the Posh Chalk Paste. And they are in silver, for example, and in light gold, or shiny gold, sorry, shiny gold I think I have. And this is supposed to pop on there. So don't want to mix them too much because I don't want the want to have it muddy at the end, but so now you know why I've poured out the paints. Get my mister bottle, keep it a little damp. I'm stressing you with that utility knife. Okay. So go over it. It's not supposed to be like a blending, but just like a little like this. That's the idea behind it. Grab a little more paint. And as I said, this is going to be the background. And you can see why I've chosen the chip brush, because I want those brush strokes to appear. I want them in there. I want them all in there. And I'm going to show you how much paint I've used, which is like hardly any of the paint I've poured out. I'm first going to do the inside, and then I'm going to go to the outside. Get a little more barn red. Those are the strokes I want to see. Peony. So this is going to stay like this. This is going to be my background, and now I'm going to carry that around the sides. Because I basically want those covered in paint also. And on the sides here, we are going to go. I still will decide if I'm going to use the some of the pigments, or if I'm using the patinas. On the one I showed you before, I used the patinas on the frame, but I might do it different on this one. So, and also here I'm putting the colors down randomly. There's like no, what's the time? Almost an hour. Guys, I'm taking your time up. So, barn red, a little bit of the you can just paint them normally, you know, just like any other wood or something like that. You could also stain them. It also works. As I said, they are very, very versatile. You do loads of things with it. You can also paint them beforehand if you wanted to do that, and then apply them. And that works beautifully with the Dixie Belle paints also, because they stretch. So I don't mind those colors mixing. Blue and pink gets like a purplish color. So it's going to be very bright. But that's what we've chosen, isn't it? wanted to have some orange on here, but I didn't have any. Right at the shop today, and I forgot to bring it. So what do you think so far? So almost finished, a little bit more of blue. And then just have it. This on the sides here. A little bit of black on the side also. To have some calmer corners. And this is now the base basically when we come in next week with the stenciling. Going to put our deer on there. And that's a nice thing about those WoodUbend moldings, that you can basically paint them straight away. Because when you work with paper clay or something like that, you can't do that. You can obviously do frames also, but you can't paint them straight away as you will squash them. So I shall check for if I missed any spots later. But this is going to be basically the base now for our live next week. So I'm just going to put the camera, hang on. I want to see you for a minute. I want to see you for a minute. Hi guys, here I am. Thank you for still being with me. So, very colorful. That's what we've chosen. It's a bit shiny at the moment because the paint is still wet. This is our base now. Next week we're going to do some stenciling. Guys, thank you so much. My name is Angela. I am the owner and creative energy from Elfen and Helden. And yeah, this is a bit of a fun craft project. We're going to do like a light sign like this one, but this one is going to have like much brighter colors. And yeah, next week we're going to do some stenciling. We're going to apply the lights. We're going to finish off the outside here. And I hope you enjoyed that, even if it took like a little longer tonight. But especially now with the darker time of the year is coming close. I hope you will schön bunt. I hope you will find some use out of it. So again, if you haven't done it yet, guys, please pop over to my page, leave me a like there. I'll highly appreciate that. And I will see you next week. WoodUbend, thank you so much for having me, and thank you for your patience. Almost an hour. I am so sorry. Thank you, guys. Cheers. Bye-bye.